Official, official. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Roethlisberger officially under contract for the 2021 season, at least for right now. For those that don't know, probably within the past hour, the details just released that Ben Roethlisberger has signed his 1-year contract, or at least signed a contract to play with the Steelers in 2021. The pay for 2021 will be 1 year, $14 million. That is a $5 million reduction in the salary that Ben was supposed to get coming into the season. So he did take a $5 million pay cut for this. In terms of the details of it, we are hearing that it's a 5-year deal, but 4 years are avoidable. So essentially it's the 1 year, $14 million. And then after that, the Steelers can have a clean break, clean split in 2022. And in terms of how this works out, because a lot of numbers are being floated around right now, it's still fairly new from a detailed standpoint. It looks like the Steelers are going to be able to save $15 million from a cap standpoint this year in 2021. And the way they're doing that with Ben's contract, because obviously if you did the simple math, man, it was at 22.5, then you add the 19 million that he was supposed to get, you get the 41.5. So you ask yourself, well, how do you save 15 million if he only took a $5 million pay cut? The way it works is like this: because the Steelers are essentially going to put 90% of this contract in signing bonus. So the way the structure is, I believe he gets 12.975 as a signing bonus. So with signing bonuses, you can spread that throughout the different years. It doesn't have to account on that cap that season. So that's the big portion of it. Then for Ben, his base salary this year, in terms of what he will make on a week-to-week basis during the season, is only $1 million. So that's how you get the 1.075. You add that number up with the signing bonus. That's how you get the $14 million that he's going to be playing for. And then from there, they have let's see, what was it? Oh, and then with the voidable years, in terms of how they spread it out, that's ultimately how they were able to create the $15 million in $15 million in additional cap space for this season. So very nuanced in terms of the deal, still very fresh in terms of information about it coming out. But knee-jerk reaction. For me, I don't hate it. I think that, this is something that is beneficial for both parties right now, right? When we think about Ben, we know, we've already said this, he gives this team the best chance to win right now. Now, to what extent that is, I think that's, where a lot of people might differ in terms of their perspective of Ben. But based on the quarterbacks that are on the roster, Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, Ben is better than those guys. Not even a debate about that. So I do think that, hey, man, knowing that the Steelers don't want to have to do a hard reset and go through a hard rebuild, this made the most sense from that standpoint now that we see the numbers coming out. But, I got to hear from you, my man. I know you over there chomping at the bit. I can't wait.
I'm humble about it, to be honest with you. Because
so I'm humble about it.
I thought the news that came out, was it a week and a half ago? Mm-hmm. About whenever Ben gave his little note, or his agent did, and then Art Rooney came out and said, we would love to have Ben back. I was probably more amped up at that point because I thought it was a done deal. At this point, it was just all formality to me because it seemed like everything was pointing in that direction. So I'm just glad that it's official. I am very excited. I'm pumped because now I don't know what the deal is because I was looking into the deal hoping like, oh man, is there a chance extension here, 2022 maybe? You talk about the cash being spread out over however many years. So I'm like, oh dude, there might even be a chance here for an extension. But it doesn't sound like that from what you just said. I'm glad Ben's back, though, at least this year, because his contract initially was just throughout this year anyway, but there was talk about him coming back or not for this final season. So I'm happy he's back for this. I'm hoping he balls out, and then he gets a chance for 2022 and beyond. But we will see what happens there. We'll just let this season take care of business. I am very pumped, though.
Absolutely. And I think we all would agree, if he balls out, nobody wants to get rid of him if he's playing at a high level. You want to get rid of him if he's playing at a not high level, but he has a very high cap hit. That's the big issue. So as long as he plays up to par and he plays like he's supposed to play, it won't be an issue. But the beauty is we're going to get a chance to see that come the season time. But I think to me, man, this is like I said, a really good step, but I guess what we're all going to be dealing with right now, and this is the elephant in the room, does this move in terms of bringing Ben back make this team legit Super Bowl contenders? Or is this a lateral move, meaning that you're at least going to win 12 games, win the division, host a playoff game? Or is this a step in the wrong direction, meaning that you're going to be, you're going to finish worse than what you did last year? I think that's the thing that a lot of people are dealing with amongst Steeler Nation. And we saw that multiple times throughout this whole process in terms of how people were viewing him in terms of, hey, man, I want him to get cut. I don't want him out here anymore. Trade him, get rid of him. You had the other side where it's more like you. Man, if Ben's here, it doesn't matter who we have out there. He's their guy. So that, to me, is going to be the more pressing question now,